With newspapers and media outlets merging all over the country, communities are losing their local voice. More than a year ago, communication educator Chuck Lewis had a dream of creating a vibrant local community public access broadcast studio training center.
For nearly 17 years, I had overseen and been the director of the educational access station, Valley Shore Educational Network, which is Channel 18, headquartered out of Haddam-Killingworth High School, and had taken the work of students from all the area schools, both high school and middle schools, and really developed a very strong local platform for student-produced work on Channel 18. So I had this incredible experience working with young people and getting their work on Channel 18. And I felt in many ways that Channel 19, which was the government access channel, at that time being operated and run by Comcast Cable, was being underutilized.
Chuck brought his idea to Comcast Community Affairs Director John Barrows.
Well, we've known Chuck for a number of years as the coordinator of the Education Access Channel over at HK High School. He's done an outstanding job with that channel, and we knew that to get the community buy-in into this process of transferring to a third-party nonprofit, it would take somebody who's familiar with the community, who has the experience, and Chuck has all of that. And we're pleased to work with him in providing meaningful public access. His desire to do outreach, to create new programming, outreach to schools, local officials, and students, and generate new interest in the operations is an outstanding part of his plan.
As part of a broad collaborative effort, Valley Shore Community Television, VSCTV, began the mission of assuming control of the public, educational, and government, PEG, Clinton Comcast Channel 19 access station. A VSCTV board member sat in on the negotiations with Comcast.
I think we know how the number of local outlets is dwindling, the places where you can see truly local stories. I think of the coverage, our coverage of the Westbrook train station opening. I'm not sure how many places we might have seen that story done. We gave it the kind of coverage that it deserved because we are the local access station, and we gave it the prominence that maybe other stations might not have.
Chuck Lewis brings nearly 35 years of combined experience in media production, management, and education to the operation of VSCTV.
Behind the community access is really the person that you have as the director that will really nurture and foster an open environment for volunteers and community members to make good use of a community access station.
One of the greatest joys for him on this project was to be able to bring forward one of his former students as the new VSCTV access coordinator.
So Chris and I had worked together for many years, even during his college years after he left high school. And he really showed himself to me as to be the perfect person to be the director of the Valley Shore Educational Network.
Chris Morgan recently graduated from Western New England College with a media communication degree and has worked at CTN in Hartford. Chris is very excited about his new role at VSCTV.
I really enjoy my job because I enjoy the opportunity to work with volunteers of all ages, helping them to produce their own TV show. I like the variety of one day you might be working on a public affairs show, the next day you're working on a music program, high school sports, and all the variety of different content that we do at Public Access.
One of the studio transfer stipulations was the location of the new studio. It had to be both a space that could be retrofitted into a studio and a location central to the nine-town Comcast Clinton franchise. Lewis found and negotiated a wonderful, picturesque location for the new studio's home.
At Water's Edge, we're thrilled to have Valley Shore Community Television, led by Chuck Lewis, as our latest addition to the shops at Water's Edge. We've always felt the shops were an extension of the hotel, kind of a village unto their own, and we're looking forward to the exciting productions that Valley Shore will be putting together.
VSCTV is committed to the establishment of well-managed access television in the Connecticut Mid-Shore Valley area. Local producer Mark Koshwitz believes the best outcomes will be achieved through a community-based organization that grows its operation and scale by means of locally produced programming.
There's so much going on in the community that I think there's a lot of folks who are unaware of it. And I think things like this can bring it out into the community, and in that way kind of bring the community together.
VSCTV will offer numerous outreach programs to maximize utilization of the new studio, as well as fundraising and broadcast presence in the towns VSCTV serves. Some of the initiatives include volunteer recruitment and video production training enrichment programs, including municipal and high school student internship initiatives. The Production Access Coordinator will offer on-site training and support to each of the 9 towns and their schools.
We break it down into 3 different categories. We have our studio production training, where the volunteers can learn how to operate our state-of-the-art studio cameras, our video switcher, audio mixer, and how all the show gets produced in a live production workflow. We have a field production workshop, where they can learn how to use our field cameras and how to set up our tripods, field lights, microphones, and get good audio for your show. And then our third one is digital editing workshop, where they can learn to use a non-linear editing system to be able to cut various shots together to produce your show. So they can take footage from our field cameras and cut it together with music and voiceover and audio and titles and graphics and all that fun stuff to make a really polished end product.
Well, I saw an ad in the paper, the Harbor News I think it was, saying that there was opening a new facility, and I'm a big music fan, and I had been playing music with some folks who were writing music as opposed to playing covers, and I didn't know that enough people knew about that happening or the scale it was. So I thought I'd come down. The space is amazing. I went through the training, which that was good, gave me a good grasp of what was going on and what I'd need to do, and by the time I left I had the name for a show that didn't exist yet.
The first time I came was actually to sign up for training, really to check it out, to see what it was Mark was asking me to come to training for. So I came in, I signed up, it looked like a great time. I signed up, I took the training. I think it was a small investment for a great benefit. Really enjoying the time that I spent here helping out Mark with his show and the community and music.
VSCTV has an interactive website posting playback schedules and both the live VSCTV simulcast and on-demand playback of programs. VSCTV has already begun creating partnerships with municipal leaders and social agencies. They are being shown how the VSCTV program can best serve their communication needs.
Well, and it increased our fund balance from 5% to 12%,
yes,
like we have over the last 6 years, which is a huge success for the town.
Absolutely. Information to our residents is the key to good governance. And with the national media and local media not often covering us, this is an excellent opportunity for us constantly to communicate with our constituents and also to have them communicate with us.
Residents, civic leaders, schools, governments, churches, public service agencies, nonprofits, and dozens of other constituencies are now empowered with a vital new communications tool.
About the cobwebs, let my soul be.
VSCTV is committed to ensuring that the investment made to secure these powerful tools will pay great dividends in the community for many, many years.
He bangs it in! Mitchell Halligan for 3!
VSCTV can be accessed on Comcast Channel 19, on Frontier TV Channel 99, and online at www.vsctv.com.